Hi, I'm Matt, and this is Matt Reflects. Got another Magic the Gathering video. I've been recording a bunch of these this morning, so if you can see I look about the same in a bunch of different videos, this is kind of one of the things I've been going at for today, a bunch of recordings. This one's more Magic the Gathering. This was a 25 card rare purchase that I did. And so the first one we're going to talk about is Icefang Coatl. It did send me two of them. They're both in fairly good condition. One's a little better than the other. They're both the rare cards from Modern Horizons 1. And I'm going to go ahead and read it. Here it says, it's 1 blue, 1 green, and it says Snow Creature Snake. It's 1/1. And on it says Flash Flying. When Icefang Coatl enters the battlefield, draw a card. Icefang Coatl has Death Touch as long as you control at least 3 other snow permanents. So it has some decent capability, especially if you have ice permanents, and with the flash you can use it to use the Death Touch to destroy a potentially big creature on somebody. So I do kind of like that one. The next one they actually sent 4 of, which that one kind of threw me off, but 4 copies of Witherbloom Command. It is a green, 1 black rare card from Strixhaven. It's a sorcery, and it says to choose 2, and it has 4 options. So I'll read all 4. Choose 2 of them, remind you. The first option is target player mills 3 cards, then you return a land card from your graveyard to your hand. That's option 1. Option 2 is destroy target non-creature, non-land permanent with a mana value of 2 or less. There's number 2. Number 3, target creature gets -3/-1 until end of turn. And the fourth one is target opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. So excellent card. I got 4 of them. You kind of wonder why, honestly. Because it's such a good card overall. But that's a lot of times I get weird, you don't know what you're going to get when you do these. Next, it's Paradox Zone. It is 4 colorless and 1 green. It's an enchantment, and it says Paradox Zone enters the battlefield with a growth counter on it. At the beginning of your end step, Paradox Zone we're going to say it again. At the beginning of your end step, double the number of growth counters on Paradox Zone, and then create a 0/0 green and blue fractal creature token. Put X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is the number of growth counters on Paradox Zone. I do like Paradox Zone. It's a little expensive, but there are some uses for that with some of the counter doubling things. So yeah, that could have some potential, and it's probably why it's not in here, because it looks like it was from one of the Commander series. Next one is Double Vision. It is 2 red and 3 colorless mana. It is an enchantment that states whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery spell each turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. Absolutely love that. If I'm going to do red decks that are going to be heavy with instants and sorceries, that's going to be wonderful. It also could potentially be awesome if you're using the Avatar series, the Firebending, because not only does the Firebending allow you to use some instants and pay for it via Firebending, you can double them too. So that can be a really cool deal. Harsh Mentor. This is a 2/2 red human cleric for 1 red, 1 colorless from the Dustborn set. It states whenever an opponent activates an ability of an artifact, creature, or land on the battlefield, if it isn't a mana ability, Harsh Mentor deals 2 damage to that player. That actually can be quite awesome if you're trying to shut down somebody who has a lot of abilities on their cards. Where that could be even cooler Well, actually, it's just cooler because it does that. Anyway, I digress. Won't go further. Next one, one red, one black. This is a Dustborn card that's in here because it's rare and it's full full art. It is an Undead Sprinter. It is a 2/2 zombie with trample haste, and it reads, you may cast Undead Sprinter from your graveyard if a non-zombie creature died this turn. If you do, Undead Sprinter enters with a +1/+1 counter on it. That's an excellent card. Right for after attack phase is done. Or let's go back to it and look again. Non-zombie. You have plenty sacrifice effects and everything. So if you have a non-zombie with a sacrifice effect that you're using, that can get you another card back. So that's pretty awesome. Sauron's Ransom. This is a Lord of the Rings one. Lord of the Rings card. It is an instant that costs 1 blue, 1 black, and 1 colorless. The instant states, choose an opponent. They look at the top 4 cards of your library and separate them into a face-down pile and a face-up pile. Put 1 pile in your hand and the other pile into your graveyard. The ring tempts you. That's an excellent one. It also can be used pretty nicely in a, was it Dimir? I guess maybe I'm saying it right. Blue and black Wraith deck, which I talked about in I think another video. My Wraith deck, Ring Wraiths, when automatically come back to your hand from your graveyard if you have the ring tempt you. So this is Sauron's Ransom is another card that you can use to really produce the graveyard effect. And with the blue in there, with the card draw and potentially turning everything into a wraith, so you can play other cards using the ley line of transformation. I believe that's the name of it, where you can make everything a wraith. That can be potentially good. So anyway, next card is Curse Cloth Wrappings. It is from the Aetherdrift set. This is a full art edition, and it is 2 colorless, 2 black artifact that says zombies you control get +1/+1, which I'm always good with anything that has that kindred effect for one of the classes like zombies or creature types. This one says target creature card in your graveyard gains embalm until the end of turn. The embalm cost is equal to its mana cost. What I didn't like about the card itself is it does not explain embalm, and that was a mistake. So for somebody who wasn't around during embalm, that's not necessarily the best thing. However, it was an Aetherdrift, so my guess is embalm itself came from the Egyptian-like plane with Amunet, or the set that had the Egyptian theme came from. Anyway, here's another one. This is Priest of Crossing. This was Aetherdrift Commander. This one is a zombie bird cleric, 3/3, cost 3 colorless, 1 white, and it is flying. And at the beginning of each end step, you put X +1/+1 counters on each creature you control, where X is the number of creatures that died under your control this turn. That's great for a graveyard deck that you're going to manipulate, kill everything on the board, and manipulate things, and that's just a great card all the way around for that. This one's a land card. It is Shrine of the Forsaken Gods. This one reads, tapped, add 1 to your mana pool, or tapped, add 2 to your mana pool. Spend this mana only to cast colorless spells. Activate this ability only if you control 7 or more lands. Honestly, that looks like a great land to me. If you're running a colorless deck, that's artifact, potentially Eldrazi deck, that would be great for as well. Let's see, Heartless Summoning, right there. This one is an enchantment, 1 black, 1 colorless. Creature spells you cast cost 2 less to cast. Creatures you control get -1/-1. Love being able to have them cost less. And if you have effects that you can actually do some pretty cool damaging effects with this. So one of them would be to use the card from Dustborn that's one of the door cards, where one side says that you gain 1 life and your opponent loses 1 life for every card that dies, right? You have every creature that dies. You have this out. You continue their casting 1/1 creatures or small creatures. They're taking 1 hit because they automatically die when they come out. The other side of that door will return everything from your graveyard to the battlefield. So that could really be fast use combination to kill off one of the other players. This one is another one from Aetherdrift Commander series. It's Prophet of Scarab. It is Zombie Wizard 3/4, 1 blue, 4 colorless, and it says Vigilance. When this creature enters, draw cards equal to the number of zombies you control or the number of zombie cards in your graveyard, whichever is greater. That's pretty good, just kind of expensive. So can't say it would be one that it would be easy to use. This one is Stridehanger Automaton. It's 3 mana. Again, another one from the Aetherdrift Commander. It's artifact creature construct. It's 1/4, and Thopters you control get +1/+1. The Thopter decks, I did like the Thopter decks on Arena from that set. If 1 or more artifact tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus an additional 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying are created instead. So that's always excellent when you have any of these cards that increase the number of tokens that form, and in combination with anything that doubles the tokens that come out, it really can create massive number of tokens on the field. This one is Boommobile. This is an Aetherdrift card. I don't know why. I actually really like the Aetherdrift set. I've said that before in videos, and I've bought some Aetherdrift stuff. We'll probably have some more videos that are Aetherdrift driven, because I think I've got a lot of cards that I need to go through and talk about on here with Aetherdrift. Anyway, this is 2 red, 2 colorless. This is a full art edition. It is an artifact vehicle that is 5/5. When this vehicle enters, add 4 mana of any one color. Spend this mana only to activate abilities. Its exhaust ability is X, 2 colorless, 1 red. And this vehicle deals X damage to any target, put a +1/+1 counter on this vehicle and its crew too. When Aetherdrift came out, I loved using this one. This was massive for me. I made sure I included red a lot because of the exhaust abilities, that being able to pay off 4 of an exhaust ability is excellent. So alright, so Anthem of Champions. This one is an enchantment that is a 1 white, 1 green. This one is the foundation from the foundation set. It says creatures you control get +1/+1. And this one I've used a lot on Arena. I do like that one. It does, obviously creature effects are a good thing. This one's Jadelight Splunker. This one is X and 1 green for a 1/1 Merfolk Scout that states when Jadelight Splunker enters the battlefield, it explores X times, which that's pretty cool. To have it explore, reveal the top card of your library. Put that card into your hand if it is a land. Otherwise, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature, and then put that card back or put it into your graveyard. Honestly, I do like that card. I used it a lot when it came out on Arena, and yeah, don't have much to say other than that. It's just a really cool card. This one is Whale of the Forgotten. It's 1 black, 1 blue. It is a sorcery. The options on it says descend 8, choose 1. If there are 8 or more permanent cards in your graveyard as you cast a spell, choose 1 or more instead. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Target opponent discards a card. Or look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. It's a great graveyard card, and honestly, it can work very nicely. I've gone to my Wraith deck numerous times, my black and blue Wraith deck that I was playing during the Lord of the Rings series. This card is an excellent one for that, because I often could have easily had the Descendant paid already, so that wouldn't be hard to get. So yeah. This one is Emissary's Ploy. This is a conspiracy card. So start the game with this conspiracy face up in the command zone. So I wasn't around for these cards, so I'm a little hesitant to talk about how I can use it because I don't really know how they work very well. I need to look into it. But it says, before drawing your opening hand, choose 1, 2, or 3. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast creature spells with converted mana cost equal to the chosen number. Okay, I mean that sounds pretty cool to me. But again, I really don't know that set, so I don't really know much about the conspiracy cards and putting them in the command zone and everything. This one is Infested Thrinax. It is a 1 black, 1 green, 3 colorless lizard that is 4/4. That has flash. When infested, Thrinax enters the battlefield until end of turn. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, create a number of 1/1 green Sporling creature tokens equal to that creature's power. That sounds like a wonderful card. Especially if you have one of the black and green decks that can get out some massive creatures. One of them dies, you got all these little whittlers that can come in and hit on the next turn, or it can be used as cannon fodder or whatever else needed. This one is Bloodbraid Challenger. It is a 1 white, 1 red, and 3 colorless. It's a 4/3 elf berserker, and it has Cascade, Haste, and Escape. The escape is 3 colorless, 1 green, 1 red. Exile 3 other cards from your graveyard. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its escape cost. Honestly, this card is absolutely excellent with the Cascade and the Haste on it, and yeah, with a green and white deck green and red deck, that could be absolutely devastating, and I see why it's in the Commander series cards. Here we go. This one is Bloodmate Tyrant. It is 4 colorless, 1 black, 1 red, 1 green. It is a dragon. When Bloodmate Tyrant enters the battlefield, create a 5/5 red dragon creature token with flying. It is 5/5 itself and has an encore cost of 5 colorless, 1 black, 1 red, and 1 green. So that's another set of 25 rare cards that I got from a pack. This video is a little bit longer. There's a lot of cool stuff in this one. This was one of the ones that when I saw it, I was quite impressed with some of the stuff in it. Anyway, this is Matt Reflects. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Let's just build this thing, and you're gonna see a lot of Magic the Gathering, a lot of news stuff, a lot of politics. Eventually I'm going to do some reviews, and I may even just tell you my own news too. There's some cool things